Hello everyone and welcome to the Kitten stage! So if you've been following my videos recently, you'll know that today is our first Throwback Thursday! But before we get started, if you don't know already, I do have a special offer for the month of January only. That means you've got only 3 more weeks to get a special handmade, one-of-a-kind Kitten stage card. And along with the Kitten stage card, you get a free little Kitten stage magnet. Isn't it so cute? Look at its little face. Well, since this is our first Throwback Thursday, I thought I'd give you a little short explanation of how I got into fostering in the first place. If you watched my video, A Festive Goodbye, then you've met my 3 cats. And they're actually relevant to this story. And often, my mom would save animals off the street. Whether there were injured possums, beaten up squirrels, abandoned ducklings. Of course, in these cases, everything that we saved would go to the Lindsay Wildlife Museum as quickly as we could bring it there. But there was a case where we found a group of kittens. I don't remember how old they were because I myself was very young at this time. I don't even remember how old I was when we had them. But we didn't have them for very long. The healthy ones we brought to the pound, where we knew they'd get adopted quickly because they were adorable little kittens. But there was this one little black kitten that had a horrible eye infection. At least, that's how I remember it. What I do remember is that we spent a short while, between a week and a month. Remember, this happened over 10, 15 years ago, so the details for me are a little fuzzy. But what I do remember is that we kept the kitten at our house until we found a home for it on our own. Luckily, one of the workers, or volunteers, honestly I don't know how that place was run, at my childhood daycare, took this little kitten off her hands and raised it as her own cat. This was probably the first ever sort of fostering experience that I ever had. Maybe it was because of that little kitten, or maybe it was even before that little kitten, that I have wanted my own little black kitten. I wasn't too picky. I would have even liked a full-grown cat. But my sister was a dog person, which is fine. I love all animals, dogs included. Just because cats are my favorite animal doesn't mean I wasn't happy to have a pet dog. Instead, we got a little black puppy, and later on, we even got a second dog. But because dogs and cats didn't often go well together, we weren't really sure we could make it work. So we didn't get a cat until one of our dogs died. At 14 years old, I finally had my own little black kitten. Our other dog was 12 or 14 at the time, and she loved all animals. I mean, we would see her defending animals in our backyard from our other dog, which definitely did not like other animals. And like I said in my other video, the thing that made this little black kitten even more special than she already was for me was that her birthday was the exact same as mine. We were born exactly 14 years apart. You know, give and take a few hours. We have no idea what time she was born after all. After that, my household had a cat frenzy, and we just kept getting more cats. My sister got a cat, my mom got a cat. And this is where my journey really starts. My mom got her cat from, not the pound like we got our first 2 cats, but from a cat rescue organization. We had gotten 2 more cats after that. Sam, which, if you've seen the video, which if I figure out how, I'll put a link down below or inside one of the corners somewhere. Sam, we actually had gotten from our neighborhood but we didn't really know how to catch him because he was being raised by raccoons. Well, particularly one mother raccoon with lots of baby raccoons. So from the help with that organization, we got him trapped. But because he was kind of feral, we didn't foster him, we just kept him. And that mysterious fifth cat is where we start our journey. And if you're wondering why you can only see 3 in a festive goodbye, that's because my sister moved out a couple years ago and took her 2 cats with her. The one from the pound and one of the ones I fostered. We actually found my first 3 foster kittens through my mom, of course. They were only 4 or 5 weeks old, which meant we had them on KMR. And if you don't know what that is, that's kitten milk replacement. And it's what you feed small kittens that aren't weaned yet from their moms when their moms aren't available to feed them. My mom's coworker found these 3 kittens, and with the help of the organization, we got them all trapped. When we got them to our house, they were actually going to go to a different foster family. But my sister fell in love with one of them. Hence our 5th cat. And since we had no idea how kittens worked at the time, we kind of needed explained to us that we can't just adopt one of the kittens. We can't just adopt one of the kittens. When kittens are this small and they're separated from their mothers, their siblings' warmth is really the one thing that keeps them alive. Yes, you can replicate this with a heating pad, but it's better for them to also have the socialization of their siblings. So we ended up fostering all 3. I must warn you, the photos that I have to show you aren't that great of quality, because I haven't figured out how to edit photos or really any effects into my videos. I had to print them out. And so that they weren't super shiny, I printed them out on normal paper. But it kind of messes with their coloring and their quality. So if you can't see it, I'm sorry. But here were the 3 kittens. The one on the right we named Colton, the one in the middle is named Juniper, and the one on the left was Jaxie. Jaxie's kind of the hardest one to see because of the quality, but she was this beautiful long-haired fluffy black cat. I also printed out single photos so that you could see each one better. Of course, Jaxie is still impossible to see, but you can kind of see her little feet. Here's Colton, a close-up of his beautiful blue eyes and fluffy cottony gray fur. And my sister's cat, Juniper. Juniper was the craziest of all of our cats, and of her litter. Here she is meeting her older sister for the first time. And luckily, because Juniper was adopted by my sister, we have some where are they now photos. Here's Juniper laying very sweetly with her older sister Maisie. She's still a very petite cat, but this actually is her full grown. Remember, I fostered these kittens about 3-4 years ago? I'd have to ask my sister about her actual birthday. I really don't remember. But of course, Juniper hasn't changed a bit. She is still the craziest cat that I've ever shared a house with. That's it for this Throwback Thursday. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and if you comment, I'll reply to you. And don't forget, visit my Patreon. There's a link down below in the description, and then you have the chance to win one of the unique 24 cards. The lowest tier is $1. But still, even if you just donate $1 this month, you will get one of these super unique cards with the kitten magnet. And trust me, these cards are worth more than $1. So get them now while you can.